Chapter 20. The Guru is more than a mirror. Maharaj. It is very rare to find a master with direct knowledge who can show you that you are reality, ultimate truth, final truth. Nisargadatta Maharaj says, I'm not making you disciples, I'm making you masters. Swami Vivekananda searched for such a master. Questioner. Yes, I know the story very well. I read that Vivekananda looked for some time, asking various masters if they had experienced God, and could show him God within him. No one said yes, including Devendranath Tagore, Rabindranath's father, but he did say, you have the eyes of a yogi and you are most certainly going to self-realize in this lifetime. It was only when he met with Ramakrishna Paramahamsa that he finally got the answers he was looking for. Ramakrishna said, yes, I have seen God, I can show you. Maharaj. Nisargadatta Maharaj says, the master is already within you, but you are unaware. Questioner. So, is the master sleeping? Maharaj, you have forgotten your identity because of external forces. You've become unaware of your reality because of the many and varied experiences and impressions throughout your lifetime. Questioner. So the active role of the Guru is to enable or assist and encourage the awakening of that which is already in you? Maharaj, the Master or Guru is encouraging you and impressing reality in you. He is placing before you your ultimate reality, which you have forgotten. You're underestimating yourself. You're thinking that you are somebody. You're nobody, and yet you are everybody. That knowledge should be spontaneous, a spontaneous conviction. It can happen like it happened with Nisargadatta Maharaj. It is not difficult, especially with your deepness, your strong faith. Realize this truth. It is open fact. For example, Maharaj lifts up a handkerchief. This is called a handkerchief. I know. Likewise, when you realize the reality, you will say, I know, just like that. Your spontaneous presence is called Brahman, Atman, Paramatman, God. This body is only the external cover. Once you know the reality, you will carry on as before, living with the body, but at the same time knowing it is not my identity. The effect of this self-knowledge will leave you fearless. You will not have any fear of death at all, and all those body-related concepts of hell and heaven will also go. Questioner. Is the Guru not like a mirror so that we can see our reflection, that which we clearly are? Maharaj. The Guru is more than a mirror. A mirror only has one side. The Guru shows you all sides. Questioner. You remind us of our true identity by helping us to discriminate between the true and the false, the permanent and the impermanent. With discrimination, we become less attached. Maharaj, forget all that you have read. It's a big story. Forget this body form with all its knowledge. You've just been playing with the words, with all these literal names that you find in books. You've just been playing with dolls. You've been amusing yourself, playing a children's game in your little world that is full of colourful literal words. You're ultimate. You're unborn. Questioner. What is the relationship between the Guru and the disciple, or the master and the student? Maharaj. As a matter of fact, there is no Guru and no disciple. There is no relationship. There is only selfless self. Oneness. Ultimate truth. I have to step down, as it were, and take the role of the Guru in order to teach, while you take on the role of disciple. But we're only posing as these for a time. Ultimately, there is no Guru and no disciple. Nisargadatta Maharaj used to say, except for your selfless self, there is no God, no Brahman, no Atman, no Paramatma, no Master. Questioner says, I feel that when you're talking and teaching, something is happening on a deeper level that's hard to explain. If it is not to be understood as a relationship between the Guru and the disciple, then what exactly is happening? Maharaj, there is only selfless self. Your spontaneous presence is invisible, anonymous, unidentified identity. For understanding purposes, we can say that the master is the invisible speaker and the disciple is the invisible listener. The master is addressing the invisible listener in you. They are one and the same, ultimate reality. After all, there is only ever oneness. I'm not talking to you. I'm addressing the silent, invisible listener in you. Questioner, I don't understand why, but in your presence, Maharaj, there is a feeling of peace and happiness. Maharaj, don't try to understand. The invisible listener, call it spirit if you wish, likes to hear its own story. The master is refreshing the memory of its identity and prompting it to reawaken. You may not understand, but the invisible reality does. And it is one with the master's words. You're covered in ash. Underneath the fire is burning. Master removes the ash. Questioner, what you are saying, Maharaj, is that our true identity has been buried under lots of layers of illusion. Maharaj, we are unaware of our importance, our real value. Since childhood, we have received non-stop impressions. All these have given us a false picture of ourselves, a false identity. You perceive yourself as something else, a separate entity who is apart and different from reality. It is not true. And even those of you who claim to have spiritual knowledge, that knowledge is really of little use because it is only literal knowledge. To say I am Brahman is also illusion because you're considering yourself to be Brahman using the medium of the body form. Brahman is only a name. All this knowledge must be absorbed. All this knowledge must be absorbed. The musk deer is famous for the scent it produces. It will sometimes go mad and over its own powerful fragrance. It chases everywhere after the intense scent, not knowing that the perfume is coming from itself. The deer has that fragrance. However, because it is unaware, it is trying to find out the location, the source. The disciple behaves like the deer until someone, e.g. the master, comes along to bring enlightenment and says, this fragrance is coming from you. You are the principle. You are the master. You are everything. You are unlimited. We need to keep saying the same thing in many different ways, just to establish ultimate truth. You are final truth. Okay.